Oh, 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 oh boy. Oh boy. That was a stressful game. That felt like a playoff game, honestly. Oh god, I remember the stress back from last year's playoffs. Holy hell. Holy hell. That felt like a playoff game. That felt like a playoff game, and that was a game that the Phillies beat the Los Angeles Dodgers for their MLB leading 60th win of the season. I'm going to repeat that again. Their MLB leading 60th win of the season. They are the first team this season to reach 60 wins. Come on, people. Come on, people. Best team in baseball right now. Holy hell. Holy hell. They beat the Dodgers 4-3. And basically, like I said in yesterday's recap, I wasn't expecting the offense to light the lamp like it did yesterday because they scored so many runs yesterday and they were facing a better pitcher in Gavin Stone. They still managed to get some runs off of him. They scored 4 runs off of him, and that was all the runs they needed to win the game. Christopher Sanchez definitely was much better today and was very electric today. He got into some jams and he got out of some jams, so really good work by Christopher Sanchez. 100% much better than his performance against the Cubs his last time out, so we definitely needed that from Christopher Sanchez. Some guys in the bullpen, a little shaky. Other guys in the bullpen, fucking electric. Fucking electric. Matt Strahm going up against Shohei Ohtani after Kerkering allows 2 hits. Electric. Electric. Then he gets Teoscar Hernandez to fly out to end that, what was it, the 7th inning? Jose Alvarado, there definitely needs to be some talk about Jose Alvarado. He definitely has not been himself lately. Kind of looks like batting practice out there. He allowed a 1-run game to happen, but also thanks to a fantastic play by Whit Merrifield, of all people, out in left field, made a fantastic throw to Bryson Stott at second base. Yeah, didn't Bryson Stott lift Rojas's foot off of second base? That's to be determined. It kind of did look like it, but the umpires and the review decided to, stick with the call, which was out. Thank goodness for that fact for the Phillies side. And it remained 4-3 going into the bottom of the 8th and going into the top of the 9th, where Jeff Hoffman locked it down. They even bring in Will Smith to pinch hit to try to get it to Shohei Ohtani. And you were facing the bottom 3 guys in the Dodgers lineup, and those guys were desperately trying to get it to Shohei Ohtani. And there was a little bit of a scare because I don't know why they signaled the trainer to come out to look at Jeff Hoffman, and Jeff Hoffman literally just said, "Fuck off. What are you guys doing out here? Go back to the dugout. I'm fine." I don't know why they signaled the trainer to come out. That was just crazy, and it gave me a little bit of a heart attack right there because, oh, God, we cannot lose Hoffman in this situation. But thankfully, he stayed in and locked in and was fucking electric as hell. Will Smith did give it a right to the warning track out in right field, but a win is a win. A save is a save. You win a series. You get your 60th win of the year, and you do have a chance to sweep tomorrow with Aaron Nola on the bump. Fun stuff, boys. Fun stuff. You did what you had to do. You got some chances. Yeah, you didn't score on all your chances. Kyle Schwarber sets the fucking tone in the bottom of the 1st inning. Leadoff bomb the other way. His presence means so much. So much. Sadly, Bryce Harper didn't play this game because of a bruise on his glove hand that he sustained in yesterday's game during one of the line drives that Freddie Freeman hit towards his way. So, of fucking course, even though that's no one's fault in any right, that's not Bryce's fault, that's not the Phillies' fault for playing him, that is just completely unfortunate. They were testing in the batting practice today, so I guess they just played it safe and played it precautionary. So I wouldn't be shocked if Bryce plays tomorrow. I wouldn't be shocked if Bryce doesn't play tomorrow just because they already got the series win. A series sweep would be the icing on the cake, but I wouldn't be shocked if they don't force Bryce to play. But Bryce will probably find a way to play tomorrow. He's not going to miss that many games in a row after just coming back from the hamstring injury. So, you know what I mean? A little bit of luck on some sides. Phillies hustling some plays to get some extra runs. Whit Merrifield got lucky as hell that the center fielder for the Dodgers completely lost the ball in the sky, and it went all the way behind him, and Merrifield got a triple out of it. Honestly, I didn't think the Phillies were going to score in that case because, 2 ground outs that Whit probably should have ran on contact because his speed probably should be able to beat a throw out at home, but he doesn't go on contact. So 2 ground outs in a row, and you got 2 outs with a guy on third, and you're like, oh, God, don't waste this opportunity. But they did manage to get a run home. They did manage to get more runs home thanks to Bryson Stott hustling out of play. So that was very helpful in that case. 2nd inning, Marsh doing his thing, double the opposite way. He eventually gets driven in, for another run there. And, Christopher Sanchez, he does allow a run to score too. So it's, the Dodgers eventually, their bats woke up a little bit. The Dodgers had a lot of chances throughout this game, and they just couldn't find the ways to hit those runners in scoring position consistently. They went 4 for 11 with runners in scoring position. So, that's just the way it goes at the end of the day. Thank God they found a way to pull this off. And thank God they found a way to pull this off, because I was stressing. I was definitely stressing in those later innings, no doubt. No doubt in hell. It definitely wasn't as sit back and relax as last night's game was with the way the bats were swinging. But sometimes you got to win games like this. Like I said, this was a playoff feel style of game. And it's funny, too, as soon as you saw the Matt Strahm versus Shohei Ohtani at bat, which I can't, comprehend, because it was just so goddamn electric. Matt Strahm, striking the living hell out of Shohei Ohtani. Like, that is going to be a matchup that we're probably going to be seeing a lot in the foreseeable future, especially if you're talking about a possible playoff matchup, a possible NLCS matchup. That is going to be a matchup that is going to be magnified to an extent, because Rob Thompson is going to try to utilize a Matt Strahm against these lefties in the lineup, especially Shohei Ohtani. So that is something to look into as we move on here. So good stuff there. Matt Strahm just electric as hell. Electric. After Kirkering, he allowed a couple of hits to the bottom of the order. Matt Strahm had his back, and he found a way to get out of that situation, holding a 2-run lead. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. And then Alvarado, like I said, I still think he's trying to get out of this funk that he's in. He's been in for a little bit of a funk for the past couple of weeks now. He just doesn't look the same right now. It doesn't look like that same Jose Alvarado. It kind of feels like, when he has difficulty with his command, it kind of feels like he's just throwing fastballs right down the heart of the plate, and they're just getting, hard contact, basically. So, and he's also just, when he can't prioritize that fastball location and getting swings and misses, it's hard for him to get swings and misses on the cutter. So right now he's just got to go through the motions and find a way. He definitely is probably a guy that needs the All-Star break just to reset and regroup there. So thankfully we are coming up on that very soon. But and Jeff Hoffman, just electric stuff. Just electric stuff. Only needed 12 pitches to get the save. So good stuff there from overall. So if we see how the game portrayed and went along, Shohei Ohtani led off the game with a single, but then Christopher Sanchez managed to get out of that, retiring the next 3 guys. Shohei did this weird celebration when he stole second base. It just kind of looked like he was fucking jerking off. Like, what the fuck was going on? Like, even the broadcast camera on the replay didn't even want to show his celebration. Like, the camera was panning up a little bit more, just so it just covered his lower half. And freaking Shohei, what the fuck was that? That was fucking hilarious. But I'm like, was Shohei just jerking off there? I'm like, what the hell? What the hell kind of a celebration is that? That was fucking hilarious. But then Kyle Schwarber sets the tone in the bottom of the first inning, leadoff bomb the other way. Kyle Schwarber back in the lineup means so much for this team. Phillies up 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Bottom of the second inning, Marsh with a 1-out double. Then Sosa singles to get first and third. And then Merrifield gets an RBI ground out. He manages to battle in an at-bat. He gets a chopper, which allows Marsh to score. So, hey, productive out in that situation. Probably the most that Merrifield probably would have done in that situation. So it's 2-0 after 2. Phillies turn into a double play in the bottom of the third inning. Christopher Sanchez, another 1-2-3 in the top of the third. Okay, Dodgers do get on the board in the top of the fourth. Teoscar Hernandez leads off with a single. Freddie Freeman grounds into a force out, so Teoscar Hernandez goes to second base. Page is in single, so you get first and third. Then Rojas grounds into a fielder's choice. So it's a 2-1 game for the Phillies there because Hernandez scored. But then Sanchez gets out of that inning, limited to damage basically for there. Bottom of the fourth, after 2 leadoff singles by Stott and Castellanos, Marsh strikes out, and then Edmundo Sosa grounds into a double play. Just a nice turn by the Dodgers infield there. Really nothing you could do about it in that situation. It was a chopper. Third baseman made a nice grab, made a nice throw, and a nice, relay over the first base from the second baseman. So really nothing you could do in that situation. It was just good defense. And then the Dodgers, they tied in the top of the fifth. Hernandez, Kike Hernandez, he walks. Then Barnes singles, then Ohtani singles to drive in a run, ties the game up at 2, but then Sanchez gets out of the rest of the inning. He strikes out Teoscar Hernandez, and then he gets Freddie Freeman to ground out on 4 pitches, actually. Struck out Teoscar Hernandez on 3 pitches, got Freddie Freeman to ground out on the first pitch. Good stuff there from Christopher Sanchez. Phillies, they respond in the bottom of the fifth. Whit Merrifield, like I said, got insanely lucky. Got the fortunate break of the center fielder for the Dodgers, missing the ball in the lights, and got a triple out of it. Then sadly, Stubbs grounded out. Schwarber grounded out, which I do believe that, Merrifield could have ran on contact in those situations. But Trey Turner reached it on an infield single, allowed Merrifield to score. Alec Boehm then doubled, so you got second and third for Bryce and Stott. He gets a chopper into the infield, hustles out of play. Turner scores because of it. Stott's safe at first. It's 4-2 Phillies there. So that's nice. That's nice. Sadly, Castellanos couldn't do anything else there. Well, actually, there was a weird situation because Bryson Stott actually was trying to steal second base. He got caught in between. Pitcher threw over the first, caught, basically Bright Stott trying to go to second base. Then Stott was stalling, got caught on the rundown a little bit there. And then basically as the rundown's going on, you see Alec Boehm trying to run home and he got gunned out. So, unfortunate situation there. A little bit of a bad base running situation there from the Phils. So 4-2 after 5. Top of the sixth, Christopher Sanchez with another 1-2-3 inning. That would end his night there. And for Christopher Sanchez, his night concluded with 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts on 91 pitches. His ERA drops to 2.96. Hey, nice bounce back from Christopher Sanchez. Quality start. Quality start. He clearly is much more comfortable in Citizens Bank Park than he is on the road. So, hey, we needed a bounce back game from him. We needed him to have a game to keep us involved and, put us in a position to win, to try to win this series, to get a chance to sweep tomorrow, and he did just that. Bottom of the sixth for the Phillies, they go down 1-2-3. Top of the seventh for the Dodgers. They have chances. Taylor led off with a double against Orion Kerkering. Then he managed to strike out Outman. Then Barnes singled, which Taylor could not score on, so it's first and third for Matt Strahm. Up with Shohei Ohtani. Excuse me there. Gets Shohei Ohtani to the strikeout on 4 pitches. Just nasty stuff there from Matt Strahm. And then he gets Teoscar Hernandez to fly out to the Castellanos on the first pitch. Gets out of that jam unscathed. Great work there by Strahmer to have Kerkeren's back. Bottom of the 7th inning for the Phillies. Go down 1-2-3. Top of the 8th. Alvarado gets Freddie Freeman the line out on the for the first out, but then Page's doubles, and then Miguel Rojas, the Phillies killer, singles in the run to cut the lead to 1 for the Phillies. It's 4-3 after that, but then a nice play by Whit Merrifield taking the Harper off the wall and making a nice throw to Bryce Stott, which managed to get Rojas out at second base. Like I said, the replay did look like Stott pushed his foot off of the bag, so take it for how it is, but the umpire called it out on the play. He called Rojas coming off of the bag, and then the replay, Dodgers challenged it. The call stood on the field, so it was an out at the end of the day, and that was basically just it. So, and then Alvarado managed to get out the rest of the inning unscathed, only allowing that 1 run. Bottom of the 8th for the Phillies to go down 1-2-3. Top of the 9th. Jeff Hoffman out on the mound, strikes out Taylor on a very long at bat, fooled him with a fastball basically on the lower corner of the plate. I'm not sure if Taylor was expecting fastball, not sure if Taylor was expecting off speed. He was insanely fooled on that pitch and had the swing, and he struck out in that situation. So good shit there by Hoffman. Gets Lux to pop out on the first pitch, and then Will Smith comes into at bat, manages to fly out to the warning track to Nick Castellanos. And that's how your ball game ends. Phillies win 4-3. Good stuff here, boys. Good stuff. 60th win of the season. You're 28 games above 500, 60-32 to be precise. Always love to see that. Love to see that. Best record in baseball by far. Looking at the rest of the bullpen, Orion Kerkering only got 1 out in his 7th inning of work, 2 hits allowed and 1 strikeout on 14 pitches. Rob Thompson made the right call to go to Matt Strahm to face Shohei Ohtani. Matt Strahm got the 2 outs there, 1 strikeout on 5 pitches. Jose Alvarado allowed 2 hits, 1 earned run on 16 pitches in his 8th inning of work, and then Jeff Hoffman threw 12 pitches, 1 strikeout in the 9th for the save. So good stuff there. Good stuff there from most of the pitchers. Looking at the lineup today. Kyle Schwarber in the leadoff. Look at your top 4 in the lineup right here. Basically everybody in the lineup, besides Garrett Stubbs, had a hit. Look at everyone. Kyle Schwarber 1 for 4 with the solo shot. Trey Turner 2 for 4, so he continues to hit. Alec Boehm 1 for 4 with a double. Bryson Stott 2 for 4 with an RBI, so Bryson Stott does look like he's getting a little more confidence. Maybe the home run in yesterday's game helped him a little bit there. Nick Castellanos, 1 for 3. I believe he was hit by a pitch or he just didn't get enough at bats or something like that. Brandon Marshy went 1 for 3. Edmundo Sosa, 1 for 3. Whit Merrifield, 1 for 3 with an RBI. Johan Rojas eventually came in as a defensive replacement. Garrett Stubbs, he went over 3 with a strikeout. Like I said, Phillies go 3 for 9 with runners in scoring position. They left 3 runners on base. Hey, doesn't matter how you do it. They just ask how many wins do you get, and that is exactly it. And Rob Thompson here, post-game, had, honestly, the right mentality. 60 wins is great, but we got a long way to go. Love that quote from Topper. Shows that not getting a little too high in this scenario, trying to keep an even playing field here. Trying to keep a level head, basically. So, you know, that's why you love Topper. That's why the clubhouse loves him. Bryce Harper's hand is still bruised, but the swelling is down per Rob Thompson. They'll see how he comes into tomorrow. I'm sure they're going to play precautious with Bryce, most likely. Most likely. Here's a stat from Jeff Kerr to all the haters out there that say the Phillies only beat bad teams. The Phillies are 22-13 against teams 500 or better. The 629 win percentage against winning teams is the best in baseball. Interesting. Phillies are also 31-7 in their last 38 home games. I thought the Phillies only beat bad teams. I thought the Phillies only beat bad teams. Huh. Phillies beat good teams confirmed. Let's see. Anything else from Rob Topper tonight? Anything else? Anything else? So far, the Phillies' most wins through 92 games. They have 60. Their most wins through 92 games was in 1976. They had 63 wins. Wonder what the deal with the mound visit with Hoffman in the ninth. Hopefully he isn't hurt too. He didn't look hurt. He told those guys to fuck off. He looked fine. He looked fine. It doesn't look like Rob Thompson's saying anything here on Jeff Hoffman either. So, wonder if it was just a nothing burger. And they thought they saw something, which clearly was not the case. Jeff Hoffman told those guys to fuck off. Basically. That's what I heard in my head, at least. Basically. You know, I was thinking to myself, oh my God, why are the trainers coming out there? Hoffman says, no, fuck off, I'm pitching, I'm finishing this game. And that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did in my mind. In my head. Exactly. So if we look at the standings right now, let's look at them. Let's see. Phillies 60-32 on the year. Braves so far, I believe they did win yesterday, so they won the first 2 games against the Diamondbacks, and they are currently winning 2-0. So thank God you are winning games right now when the Braves are winning, so that definitely helps in that scenario. Braves, they're 8 games behind you, and the Braves win tonight. It'll go back to 7.5 games like it's been the past couple of days. Mets, they're currently, like, you know, back and forth with the Washington Nationals at this point. And then basically the rest of the league, Dodgers, they're 55-38 after these 2 losses. Milwaukee's 55-39. Baltimore's 57-35. Cleveland's 57-34. Yankees are 56-38. And that's basically it. You are the best team in baseball record-wise by 2.5 games above the Cleveland Guardians. Just keep winning your games, boys. Just keep winning your games. That's all that matters at the end of the day. And if we look at what's coming up for tomorrow's game, schedule-wise, pitching matchup-wise, it'll be a 6 o'clock game, so early start time, and 40-minute earlier start time on a Thursday. It'll be Aaron Nola going up against Landon Knack. Landon Knack is 1-2 with a 2.86 ERA and a .98 WHIP. Looking at all of his starts this year, just from the viewpoint. So he made 3 starts in April, he made 1 start in May, 2 starts in June, and so far 1 start in July. So I wonder if this guy was a reliever or something like that, or was a guy that just keep calling up and down because of all the injuries down with the with the Dodgers pitching staff. So he's been solid for them. As looking at some of these stats here, in the month of April, he had a 2.81 ERA. The 1 start that he had in June was a 1.93. The 2 starts that he had in the month, 1 start he had in May was a sub 2. ERA. The two starts that he had in June was a sub-1 ERA, actually. And then the start that he had, his previous start, actually, was against the Arizona Diamondbacks. He allowed 4 runs in 4 1/3 innings there. So, we'll see. We'll see. He did allow 3 home runs in his last start, so we'll see. We'll see. Aaron Nola in his last start, that was against the Atlanta Braves, and the Phillies did win that game, but Nola definitely did leave a lot to desire. It wasn't a bad game, nonetheless. He just allowed 2 home runs in Aaron Nola fashion. He went 6 innings, allowed 3 earned runs, and 8 strikeouts there, no walks, 2 home runs allowed. So interesting stuff there. So Aaron Nola definitely has been solid in his last 4 games, he's gone at least 6 innings. So, each. So, the game against San Diego, he went 6 innings, allowed 3 earned runs. The game against Detroit, he went 7 innings, allowed 1 earned run. The game against Miami, he went 6 2/3. Sadly, they lost that game. And then in the game against the Braves, he went 6 innings, allowed 3 earned runs. So, basically, quality start after quality start. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It's supposed to be really hot in Philly tomorrow, so we'll see if the extra heat keeps Aaron Nola pumping. We all know how Aaron Nola loves the heat and the humidity. He grew up in Louisiana. He's a Louisiana boy. And then after this final game against the Dodgers, got 3 games here against the Athletics to close out before the All-Star break. And there was an update on Zack Wheeler. They took the MRI today. Nothing showed any structural, no damage to his back whatsoever but the back tightness. So they're still unsure right now if he's going to make his next start. Personally, like I said, I would not allow him to start. I would skip his next start. He gets the 2 weeks off basically with the rest of this week and the All-Star break. Have him rest. You can go to Texas. You can attend the All-Star game. You're not fucking playing in the All-Star game. You're not throwing one single pitch in the All-Star game. You can go and have fun. Same thing with Ranger Suarez, in my honest opinion. And hell, with the fucking weather this weekend in Philadelphia, some of these games against Oakland might not get played. Mainly Friday, because Friday's supposed to be like thunderstorms all day or something like that. So it's the way this weather is, so hot and humid out that eventually you're going to get a thunderstorm or a torrential downpour at some point, and it looks like Friday could be that case. I even think it's supposed to rain overnight tonight, but it has no indication on tomorrow's game. I think tomorrow's supposed to be sunny or something like that, but I know like Friday and Saturday are supposed to storm or something like that. So definitely an interesting case, because you do got Ranger Suarez on Friday for now. Then you got Trevor Phillips on Saturday making his first start in the big leagues. And then Sunday right now is an unknown until they figure out what they're doing with Zack Wheeler. Like I said, personally, I would not have him throw. Personally, I would just throw Mercado out there just so, give Mercado another chance, have Zack Wheeler rest. He has the 2 weeks off. You have him sit his ass at home. He could go to Texas or something like that. When he comes back home, he sits at home and he hits a massage therapist for his back or something like that. I don't know. I just don't want Zack Wheeler pitching again until after the All-Star break. That's just personally me. Personally, my opinion. And my opinion is the only one that matters. My opinion. Only one that matters. Only one that matters at the end of the day. Let's see. Don't think there's really nothing here on the Jeff Hoffman front, so I wonder if that was just a nothing burger. If that was just a nothing burger. You're saying no to Sean. I think that's a little unfair. He had a really good he had a good start against the Cubs in his debut. I don't want to write him off after one bad start against the Braves. Gets one more start, and if he has that bad start, then you can write him off. I think he deserves one more at least, in my opinion. I think he deserves that at least. But before we get to the rest of the live feed, we do have some voicemails here. We got 2 in fact. So let's get to them. Let's see. So let's get to Zack, actually. Let's start with Zack, and let's see what he has to say on this Phillies win.
Well, the first of 60 wins after a series victory against the Dodgers. And the Phillies will go for the sweep tomorrow. And how beautiful is it when Kyle Schwarber gets the ball game started like that? Going Oppo Taco. And
very beautiful.
Whit Merrifield, he's been rough this year, but he had a good game at the plate today. Nice to see Stott have a productive day out of the 4-hole. Trey Turner stays hot as can be. I mean, this guy. And Christopher Sanchez with a pretty good outing. Kirkring and Jose got hit around a little bit, but your all-stars, Strom and Hoffman, were flawless. So, yeah, man, just love this team. And we'll get that sweep tomorrow, hopefully. Go Phils.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get a sweep tomorrow. Like I always say, 2 of 3 is the name of the game. That's all that matters at the end of the day. A sweep would be the icing on the cake. Yeah, I would love to sweep this Dodgers team, especially after the series loss against the Braves. That definitely would be more appealing to the eyes, I guess, to some people. But, bounce back from an Atlanta Braves series loss, you go and beat the Los Angeles Dodgers in a series. That is a perfect bounce back, in my opinion. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, yeah, basically all around, it felt like a playoff game. It definitely just felt like a playoff game. Low scoring, solid pitching on both sides. Both teams have some chances they don't come up. Maybe some they just have, maybe a little blue pit or a mistake here or there happens. This run scores. It just felt like it. Then some guys out of the bullpen come and dominate. And that's exactly what happened in this game. It was fun. Besides the stressful parts, it was fun. if I was not a fan of both of these teams, I would probably really enjoy this game very much. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Let's get to Sean. What does Sean got to say?
So what did Rob Thompson say, Amadeo? You win, 30 series? You make it to the playoffs? Well, here's another one. Solid, tough win for the Phillies tonight, especially with Harper being scratched right before it started. Again, as I always say, it starts with the starting pitching. Christopher Sanchez at home is Cy Young 2.0. I mean, tough to beat there. Did a nice job keeping the ball down, keeping it in the park. And the offense did just enough with a couple breaks here and there to take advantage. I mean, Alvarado did his best to blow it, but the rest of the bullpen, especially your all-stars, Strom and Hoffman, picked it up. But like I said, again, you got 2 wins. Why not get one more with Nola tomorrow? Let's deliver a message because Lord knows the Arizona Diamondbacks aren't giving us any help when it comes to beating the Braves. And they're right on our ass. So we got to keep the engine revving, get that win tomorrow, sweep out the A's going into the All-Star break. Let's end this homestand on a high note.
Yeah, Sean wants the freaking. Well, I lost my train of thought there. I had something lined up that I just said. That's bad by me. That's bad by me. I couldn't think of. I forgot what I was gonna say. God damn, that's terrible by me. Jesus Christ, Sean wants everything right now. Sean wants the sweep. He wants back-to-back sweeps. Look, if a sweep happens tomorrow, I'll be ecstatic. But like I said, I am perfectly fine winning 2 of 3 against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Know what's going to happen tomorrow? Aaron Nola's probably going to give up a home run to Shohei. He's probably going to give up a home run to Freddie Freeman, and people are going to be pissed off, but he's probably still going to go at like 6 2/3 innings of 2 earned run baseball. But people are going to fucking nitpick the 2 home runs that he allowed to Shohei and Freddie Freeman. And watch, those 2 home runs will happen in the first inning. That's probably what'll happen. That's probably what'll happen, but he'll still go, like I said, 6 2/3, 6, 7 innings or something like that of 2 earned run ball. But people will stare right at the beginning of the game like, come on, Nola. That's basically what'll happen tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh, man, what am I setting up myself up for tomorrow? Oh, God. Oh, God. So, what's the score update here with the Diamondbacks tied it. Hold it there, Sean. The Diamondbacks did tie it. It's 2-2 in the bottom of the second inning. So who's pitching for the Braves? Charlie Morton. Okay. Charlie Morton is pitching for the Braves. How did the Diamondbacks tie? Suarez at a 2-run shot. That's what it looked like there. We'll see. I'll probably peek into that as the night goes along, but, Phillies got the win. That's the most important thing at the end of the day. So whatever the Braves do. It doesn't really impact anything much. It really just stays the same. That's basically what happens there. Oh, God. Oh, God. All-timers. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. No, I don't have that, Sean. I don't have that. Oh, man. Trying to see if there's... No, it doesn't look like Rob said anything on Jeff Hoffman. Like I said, I think it's just a nothing burger. I think it's just a nothing burger at the end of the day. Nothing burger at the end of the day. Probably thought they saw something, or they were using it as an excuse to just get a little bit of a help there, just a little bit, breather after the Chris Taylor at bat. So we'll see. Like even now, we'll see. let's look at the rest of the chat here before we end it off. How you doing, Zack? How you doing? Yep, first team to 60 wins. That is indeed correct. Love it. Yeah, we did win, Anthony. Definitely did. Julian, haven't heard from you in the chat lately. I think Strom has to be moved ahead of Alvarado. Alvarado just isn't good lately. There definitely is something to be considered there, but I'm sure Rob's going to stick to his guns and trust his guys. So I'm really not expecting much in that aspect. I 100% would have walked Ohtani when Strom came in. Good on Matt for getting him out. Corey just has no faith in the world with relievers. It's absolutely hilarious. He has no faith in the world. Feels like we won tonight because Ellie made a bunch of mistakes, but whatever we take it, don't care. Doesn't matter how you win the game. They ask how many wins you get. And that is 60. A big 6 goose egg. 60. How about that rocket of a triple by Whit Merrifield, 106 off the bat? Yeah, Cleveland is having an insane... Yeah, Stephen Kwan. He's been very good for Cleveland this year. Been very good. Powder Blues tomorrow. Screw it. Activate Cody Clemens to pitch Sunday. 70-mile-an-hour fastballs are still better than what Mercado may offer. If the Phillies keep winning, if the Braves keep winning, the Phillies have to as well. Want to keep the separation. That makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. The Braves will eventually. They've been like this all season. They have a good stretch of winning, and then they'll have a stretch of losing. That's what they've been doing all year. They win 2 series, they lose 2 series. They win 2 series, they lose 2 series. They win a series, lose a series. Win maybe 3 series, lose 2 series after that. That's basically what they've been. So, yeah, they're definitely due for a major hot streak, but not really overly concerned right now with the Braves, if you know what I mean. So, well, yeah. I think that's all we got for tonight, everybody. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Phillies win. 60th win of the year. Everything all fine and dandy here. We'll see if Bryce is back in the lineup tomorrow. And that's basically it. We'll probably have some more news about Zack Wheeler if he's starting on Sunday. So we'll see more updates on that, hopefully. But for now, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. Leave a comment down in the comment section below. I would like to see that as well. Also use the code TTPSPORTS. $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Great deal. Do not pass it up. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.